Konnichiwa, I'm John Hornick. Welcome to my Japanese Faves series where we'll cover every major type of Japanese food. This lesson is Gyoza1, Baby Back Ribs Gyoza. There's a zillion ways to make gyoza, not only in ingredients but in shape and in cooking methods. In my Baby Back Ravioli lesson in my Impress Your Date series, I showed you an Italianish way to use leftover baby back ribs meat. I was thinking, how can I use leftover baby back ribs meat in my Japanese Faves series, and had this idea for gyoza. This is a very simple gyoza with a simple cooking method, served Japanese style with a dipping sauce and Japanese mustard. So let's start cooking. All right, first step is to mix together the ingredients that will be the stuffing in the gyoza. And I have minced the pork pretty finely, if you can see that. Somebody asked me, why would you ever have leftover baby back ribs? That's a fair question, but you know, sometimes I make more than I need. Sometimes I bring some home from restaurants. All right, so here's the pork in the bowl. We're gonna add the cabbage and the carrot and the shallot or onion. And then we're gonna just moisten it with a little bit of soy sauce. Now you can use any soy sauce, Shoyu, Japanese soy sauce. But I'm gonna use good stuff, okay? And this is Mitoku 2-year aged Shoyu. And I just wanna put in enough to moisten it, okay? So I put in a little bit, I'm gonna mix it up. And I think it still needs a little bit more, so we're gonna add a little bit more. Maybe just another little touch. There we go. I'm going to mix that up real well. And we're going to taste it. Good. All the flavors are coming through. You can taste the pork, you can taste the cabbage, the onion. You don't really taste the carrot so much, but you can also taste the shoyu. Okay. Okay, here we have a gyoza wrapper. All right, we're going to moisten 2 of the edges with a brush. Okay, then we're going to put the some filling into the center. We're going to have to play with it a little bit till we get the amount right. Okay, so you're going to need to be able to fold this over and close it. All right. And then we're going to fold the dry side over onto the wet side and press it closed. So we end up with a triangular pouch. All right, now we're going to do that same thing with all of the filling, okay? I'll just do a couple for the camera. You know, there are a lot of different ways that you can shape the gyoza. This is like the most basic shape. They also come in round wrappers, which you can get different shapes out of that. But again, just put the amount in the center that you think you can fold into it, right? And then fold the dry side over onto the wet side and press down. This is a very simple gyoza, just making a triangular shaped dumpling. Make sure it's closed all the way around. Okay, there's our gyoza. I got 21. You may get a couple more, you may get a couple less, depending on how much stuffing you try to stuff into the gyoza. Okay, let's make our dipping sauce. We're going to start with the shoyu. All of the quantities are in the notes, by the way. Then we'll add the rice vinegar. Sake. and sesame oil. And mix that up. Taste it. Good. All right, now once we start to cook the gyoza, that's going to go very fast. So we want to get ready to plate up now, all right? So we have a plate ready for the gyoza. We have a little dish with some mustard, and then we have some of the dipping sauce. And we're just going to, we also have over here the chives that we're going to use to garnish the gyoza after they're cooked. And then we're just going to grate a little bit of radish into the dipping sauce. You could use daikon, that's what they probably use in Japan, or you can use really any kind of radish. Okay, we're just going to put that down into the dipping sauce. Okay, now we're going to cook the gyoza. I have about 2 tablespoons of a high smoke point oil here in the pan. This happens to be rice bran oil, which has a smoke point of 470 degrees Fahrenheit, but you could use other high smoke point oils like canola or avocado. Now we're going to turn on the heat to about medium heat, and we're going to let that oil heat up until we just start to see tiny little whiffs of smoke. All right, I'm just starting to see little whiffs. So we're going to put the gyoza into the pan. Make sure they've all got some oil under them. You can swirl them into the oil if you're not sure if that part of the pan has any oil in it. And you can do them in batches. You should do them in batches. You don't want to crowd them too much in the pan. Now what we want to do is let them get brown and crispy on the bottom, flip them over, do the same thing. All right, it's been about a minute on one side. Look, they're nice and brown, golden and crispy. So we're going to turn them over, do the same thing on this side. I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit so they cook just a little bit slower. Let's check them. Oh, beautiful on that side too. I don't know if you can see this, okay? All right, we're ready to plate. It was only about, I'd say 30 to 60 seconds on this side as well. Okay, here we go. I've plated up 4 per person. We're gonna sprinkle with a little bit of sesame oil. Just a few drops. Garnish with some chopped chives. And there we have it. This is Gyoza1 Baby Back Ribs Gyoza, or Baby Back Gyoza. You can see photos of the final dish at my Instagram, which is at Chef's Apprentice, Cook Like a Pro. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.